Hi everyone, here today to share the content around a concept called the House of Four Rooms. Now this is based on an Indian proverb that saw every human being as a house of four rooms, that you need to enter each of these four rooms each and every day to be in perfect balance. So I'm going to share with you room by room what they're all about and how you can put action around each of these rooms to enable you to have the most balanced life possible. So the first of the rooms is the mental room. Now think about the mental room as your mind, so how agile is your mind, your thoughts, about how much you're learning. So really think about it as that room which is very much focused on your mind. So the first room, the mental room. The second room is all about your emotions, so it's the emotional room. And I always think about emotions, about how you feel. Now, an interesting fact for you, people often think, okay, my emotions or my feelings are coming from my head, from my mind. Actually, there's more neuroreceptors around your emotions in both your heart and your stomach. So that's why if you've ever felt really nervous about things, as we all do, we get those butterflies in our stomach. Some of these nerve endings in here are really impacting on how you feel, because it impacts your physiology, and your body language and your physiology really impacts on how you feel overall. So that's the second room there, which is all about your emotions and your feelings. Now the third room, which links in there, is about your physical well-being. So it's the physical room. This is everything to do with your body. So think about it from exercise to sleep to the food that you eat. All these things really impact on how successful you are in that physical room. Now the final room there is around your spiritual well-being. So it's the spiritual room. Now people often hear spiritual and they think perhaps religion or faith, and faith has definitely got something to do with it, but it's not always religion based. It can very much be all the things that you do that put you in really good spirits. Often I think the spiritual room is rooted in how connected you are to your soul, how purposeful you are. Do you have a really clear sense of purpose? So thinking about that spiritual room, and do you enter that room each and every day, is really, really important. Now this is a concept that I love to use to just take a bit of time to stop and reflect. So what I'll do is I'll go into each room and think about which of my daily habits am I essentially using in each of these rooms. So the mental room, I always like to think about a really positive habit for me in that room is about spending 1 hour learning something new each and every single day. So if you think about the compound effect of that, if 1 hour a day, 7 hours a week, and then times that by 52, if my maths is very good, we've got 364, I think. You might get me wrong on that one, but you've got a number of hours each and every single week, each and every year, that you are dedicating to your mind and really training your mind. The second room there around my emotions, I like to always think of the concept of it's me, not the other person. So you always hear that in a little breakup. People say, oh, well, it's me, not you. But I always like to think about it as it is me, how I respond to people, how I feel about things. It's about my identity of them, of the situation and my frustrations. So look at myself first. What's causing that? And really positively impact how I feel about certain people and situations. The third, my physical room, I always like to exercise 5 times a week, minimum of 30 minutes a time. So having that consistency is really important. One for me to work on perhaps is the number of hours of sleep I get. So I've got quite a lot of energy, so I don't often feel like I need the full 8 hours sleep. So might be really still quite energetic on 4, 5, 6 hours of sleep. So that might be one for me to work on. And the final room, the spiritual room, something that I love to do in that spiritual room is to meditate. So to really take time to reflect, to chill out and to connect with myself and what I want. And that can really help through meditation, through mindfulness as well, which I'm going to talk to you a little bit about in a future video as well. So that's a little bit about how I go into each of these 4 rooms every day. Now, your action point for this session is to really get focused on your house of 4 rooms. So I want you to take a bit of paper and I want you to put a cross in the middle of it. So split your page into 4. Put at the top of each box, the top left-hand corner would be your mental, top right emotional, bottom left would be your physical, bottom right your spiritual. And I want you firstly to rate 1 to 10, how effective are you in that room? So 1 being not effective at all, you're not going into it, 10 being the most effective that you can be. So rate them first. Then go to your lowest score, so the one that you find the most difficult or you go into least. And what I want you to do is focus on 3 core actions that you could take every day. So it might be something that you do for 5 minutes, couple of minutes, 10 minutes a day that will help you to go into that room, to air it and help you to feel more balanced. So it's focusing in on that kind of mind, body, soul connection. This is a brilliant concept that you can take away now and go and take action on. So go and create your 4 rooms, rate them 1 to 10 and start taking action. So you don't just focus on the one that's lowest, focus on all 4 rooms but go to the lowest score first. Hope you found this really useful today and thanks for tuning in.